back to Redemption with Jaden. Another hotel intro here. That's why why everything's all dark in the background, as it is night. And I've got this nice desk lamp in front of me, and it's time for some Type 2 shenanigans, which are my favorite kind of shenanigans, to be honest. Which is not, I know it's not the same for everybody in the Redemption community here. I can kind of tell from the views on the Type 2 videos versus the Type 1 videos, but Type 2 is kind of the same thing, except it's just more of Redemption, which is, I don't know why people don't get on board with that, but that's fine. But maybe I can persuade some of you with this cool deck, which is, as you can maybe see or maybe tell, has our captive priest buddies in it, and that's always fun, but it also has a bunch of our post-exilic buddies in it. So this was something that Tyler had reached out to me a while ago, or we were just talking about Type 2 decks, and I can't remember the exact conversation, but he was like, hey, have you checked out, Lightning Priest with PostEs yet? And I was like, what are you talking about? What do you mean? Like, I haven't, but now I have to. Like, this is incredible. This was around the time when he was still, getting everything ready for his wedding and all that kind of stuff, so he was pretty busy. And I'd asked him to send me the deck list that he had built, and I think he was going to, but then he forgot, and he just never got around to it. And so I never saw that list, but I got to the point where I was like, I just got to build this. Part of me didn't even want to see his list, because I was like, you know what, I need to be able to come up with this and build my own version of it. And now I want to see his list and compare it to what I ended up with here. But this is pretty much what we've got going on. The usual Lightning Priest kind of package here with the captive priests, and then a Rebuking Emissary in reserve here, and then a bunch of post-exilic heroes to go along with. And we're going to be kind of capitalizing on the post-exilic priests primarily, that can be added to battle, and then also bring in some other dudes. The reason that it kind of works is because we've got both Ezra and Jeshua, who are post-exilic priests that can band to other post-exilic heroes. So if we get Ezra and Jeshua into battle, and then we can band to our other post-exilic buddies like Nehemiah, Zerubbabel, get Jaden in there, and then Eliud, of course, start picking on their hand, do Eliezer, who can do some more banding, and then we've got dudes like Haggai and Zechariah, which, Zechariah can actually just come in off of one of the other captive priests, and then Zadok is another option to come in off of one of the captive priests, and can either band to Haggai, can band to Zechariah, or you can band to Elijah, who we can pull out of reserve fairly easily. So it all just kind of made sense. It's kind of the same sort of thing with the postie band, except you just get at least the priests out pretty quickly, and then everybody else kind of trickles in after that, kind of as you're going. So that's pretty much the whole idea for the offense, and really the only thing I felt needed to supplement this is if you can get it rolling fast enough, you want to just put pressure on their hand with cards like Teaching Comparables, Eliud, and then some of the other stuff that we'll be doing, like 20 shekels, along with like Haggai and Judge's Seat to start picking off their territory, Jaden to start picking off their territory, and just putting a lot of pressure on their evil cards, both in hand and in play. And then, of course, Amazing Faith is just amazing. By My Spirit is also quite good, especially with people running Prince of the Air. You can try to catch them off guard. If they have a Prince of the Air in territory or something that you can pick off with actually, I guess I'm not even playing awesome things in here. Who needs it? You're just going to be, just putting all the heroes in anyway. But if you are careful, I guess, just don't draw or search, or if you know that they don't have a Judean Mediums, then you can just use By My Spirit to take out their prince and make it CBN off of like Cerebral or another one of the Meek dudes. Solomon's Dream is a card that I wanted to have 2 of, and we ended up not being able to fit the second one. That was, I think, literally the last card cut from the deck, and so that's how it ended up. Playing it at 37 here, so for good, 37 for evil, and then 26 neutral. So even 100 here. If I really wanted to, I could play it at 102, put another Solomon's Dream, put another evil card, but I think we're probably okay without Solomon's Dream. We got 4 Captive Priests, we got 2 Angel of the Winds, now Solomon's Dream gets us to Captive Priest on turn 1 fairly early, or fairly often. We've also got Great White Throne to help out with that, Crowd's Choice, of course. So it's not like quite as consistent, I think, as the Priest offense. Although, I mean, like, just Lightning Priest, it was pretty close, I think, to the number of tutors that I had. This might actually even be more, because I think I was still only running 2 Angel of the Winds in that deck, and then I didn't have cards like Solomon's Dream. So yeah, anyways, you can get to Captive Priest pretty early most of the time, and the rest just kind of takes off from there. The goal on turn 1, like in the traditional, I guess now, Lightning Priest deck, the goal was, you do Captive Priest, go to Aaron to get Book of the Covenant, and then Book of the Covenant would be able to grab a Covenant of Abraham next turn to grab Rebuking Emissary. In this deck, we can kind of do the same thing, except instead of Aaron, we're going to be using Eli the Priest because he's also gold. So that is helpful. I was really tempted to pair this with a gray defense, so I could search for Eli's Sons with Eli the Priest. But Eli's Sons are kind of the lesser good of the Sons. The Nadab and Abihu are far better. It's kind of funny that Aaron and Eli are the 2 guys that are in question here, and Aaron's Sons are a little better, but Eli is good for doing the Book of the Covenant fetching. Also got Ark of the Covenant in here that he can grab, and yeah, that was the only one that I ended up with. He also searches for a Priestly Artifact, which would be awesome if and Thummim were still good, but sad day. If you watch the live stream, the live podcast, I should say. All right, the rest of the offense is pretty much just get fortresses out. Goshen's going to put in some work to limit their options, and then once we get all the fortresses, and Jaden and plus Haggai and Judge's Seat can just start picking things off right and left. The defense was, I guess, pretty much decided by the fact that I wanted to use Haggai and loop Judge's Seat. So I wanted to be using some Persians. Also works well with Ezra, who likes having brown humans in play. And also I don't know, a lot of people have been playing brown in Type 2, and I haven't done it much myself, so I was kind of like, all right, let's see what the big deal is about. And I see why people like it. I see the draw. One of the main problems with playing brown in Type 1 is that you only have 1 copy of Haman to work with, generally speaking, unless you're playing 100 card brown, which, I guess you do you. But for the most part, you only have 1 copy of Haman. As soon as you block with him, he's going to get discarded by Angel of the Lord. They're going to play Glory of the Lord. They're going to play Grapes of Wrath. They're not going to let you play enhancements on Haman, even though landing a Haman's plot is usually, a pretty good swing in a Type 1 game. In a Type 2 game, you've got more copies of Haman available. You've got a less likelihood that your opponent has a battle dominant at any given moment, or at least one that can deal with Haman. And you also can have up to 4 copies of Haman's plot. So, it seems pretty good. Also, you get a couple copies of Haman's Boasting, you could be running 4 of those if you really wanted to, but I'm running 2 and then also 2 Mask of Arrogance for a similar drawing step. I'm running Descent Against Moses and Reap the Whirlwind. I didn't want to have all of my eggs in the cannot be negated basket in case there was a cross or Colosseum that for some reason my offense couldn't deal with, but usually it should be able to. But in those situations, I've got a couple copies of Better to Be Slaves and a Confusion that can also work. Better to Be Slaves works well with Job's wife. We got a little bit of a OT female sub-theme here going on with Queen Vashti and then Gomer, Job's wife, and I guess Foreign Wives fits in there as well, and then Lying Prophet is just generally good. So we're mostly Persians, but we're not Unity Persians. And I guess, Zeresh fits in both camps there as well. And then, the other, I guess, notable thing for the defense is that I'm running Israel's Rebellion, which you might be thinking, like, sure, you've got a couple curses, but where are your wilderness humans? Well, you know what? I do have one. I've got the IDEC Aiken in reserve here because, well, for one, I thought it would be kind of funny to use this card. Would a normal wilderness human be better? And by normal, I mean, like, even the IR version of Aiken, or really just any other of the IR evil characters or wilderness evil characters? Probably. But with Aiken, he is meek, which means that if I have Goshen in play and I block with Aiken, then I will be tossing my opponent's enhancements with a different brigade than the character using it. So I thought that would be kind of cool if I could surprise somebody with that, especially if it was Tim, who is my opponent for this round. So we'll see if I actually get to pull it off in this game and make him say, like, wait, what? Like, what's going on? So, even if he just looked at my reserve and saw it, I felt like that would have been enough. But yeah, if I get to actually go with Deceiver and exchange to Aiken and have Goshen out to toss things, or I just play Israel's Rebellion, that's going to be a win for me. Worst case scenario, we just play it to tutor a curse and get a go into captivity to deal with an annoying hero, or just have a negate, or we take Deserving Scorn so you can banish somebody in their territory and then take a Hammond's Plot from deck and then play that to deal with their defense and the heroes in battle or something like that. We've got a Queen T in reserve here as well to go with this Murderous Command. Can go to Foreign Wives or either of these Amalekite Slaves in the main deck, but Queen T is just nice and flexible to get some value, or a good way to just get some value if they've got a bunch of multi-brigade cards and it's late in the game, they're digging for Son of God or something, you can help them dig and maybe you'll find it, maybe they will a little faster, but it's always kind of fun that way. Maybe you will then be able to play Confusion, or be able to play a Better to Be Slaves, because we do have some pale green options, or go into captivity is another option there. So that is pretty much the offense. The defense, not a whole lot to mention with the neutral cards. Brown and gold has a little bit of nice synergy with Torn Kingdom here. Honor Thy Enemy is just a generally decent card. I could see running 2 of either of these instead of 1 of each, but I liked the flexibility of 1 of each, so we went with that. Haman can search for Honor Thy Enemy, which is also pretty nice. And if you have like a couple copies of Mask of Arrogance or something to boost some numbers, then you can even end the battle with you winning the battle, which seems pretty cool. But at the very least, just make sure you play, if you're going to end the battle, just make sure it's at least going to be a stalemate. You could also do Haman's Boasting and get super big strength and play a couple of those and then end the battle in a mutual. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it, but I mean, maybe you can take out enough heroes to make it worth it. And yeah, that's I think that's pretty much all that's worth mentioning here. We are Unity Brown, at least, with our evil characters minus Deceiver. So I did want to include Color Guard in here. I thought that would probably be worth it to stop any choose the blocker shenanigans or Authority of Christ kind of stuff. I don't know if that's necessarily good, just because your opponent's probably going to have a negate neutrals thing, and it might just be better to have Lost Souls that actually do something when they hit the table and get you some value right away. Before your opponent has their negate neutrals down. But I just figured I'd try it out. We've got lots of ways to deal with cards and characters in their territory, like Cayman's Plot and go into captivity, that kind of thing. But I guess that doesn't really work against negate neutrals characters. So I don't know. We'll see. We got a couple copies of Distressed, a couple Humble, a couple Hunter, Lawless, Prosperity, all pretty standard here. And then the kind of the flex spots here. I've got a Lost Souls that can be tutored with Hunter, or can double triggered off of Hunter to make sure that I have some Lost Souls to rescue, and then a Remnant, which it's always just kind of a cute play, I guess, to be able to do Remnant with Great White Throne and Sheol. I like it enough, and then also I've got a decent number of heroes in the reserve that I want to be able to grab out if I can. Also, it's just in Type 2, it's not as likely to come out on turn 1, so you're more likely to actually get value from it in Type 2, which is kind of cool. Good reason to actually be able to use Remnant. Crazy, I know. That is pretty much everything. Not having Ride-On Victoriously Awesome things in here is maybe a little bit of an oversight, and probably as Israel's Rebellion comes out, then I have to cut another good card to put that in, and I don't know what to cut. I don't know. It would be tough. So you can figure that out if you want. Maybe Torn Kingdom and Honor the Enemy both get cut, and I just put in Ride-On Victoriously Awesome things, cut Israel's Rebellion, and then I put another couple evil cards in here. Yeah, we'll see. I probably won't do any modifications to this deck because I don't know if I'm actually going to use it for anything, but it was like anything official, like building it and whatnot. But it was pretty fun to build and to play, and I don't know, maybe I will bring it to a tournament or something just to try it out and have a little bit of fun. Definitely was fun in this game against Tim, so hopefully you guys are ready to enjoy that. The probably most fun part about this game against Tim is the deck that he brought was also a Lightning Priest deck. He was doing a little bit of a different twist on it, though. He had a mostly orange defense and was attempting to utilize Temple Guard to just capitalize on having a bunch of priests out. So he's going to convert Temple Guard and bring in all the priests that he's been fetching with the captive priests into battle. So that is going to make for an interesting matchup here. A little Lightning Priest on Lightning Priest action. And so let's go ahead and get into the game after a quick little shout out to our sponsors over here at Your Turn Games, who will be at Nationals. And there is a discount code now, Nats Pickup, as you can see here, that you can use to check out if you want to just pick up your cards at Nationals, save on shipping. Maybe you're ordering your cards for a deck that you plan to use at Nationals. You can certainly order them from Your Turn Games. He'll probably be there for sure by Wednesday night. And I mean, I literally mean probably for sure, because I don't know for sure, but that is, very likely. So if you are getting cards for a Type 2 deck, you can probably expect to be able to get your cards early enough so that, you'll be ready to go Thursday morning and won't be, rushing, trying to, get to Andy and all that. So if you want to save on some shipping and you're going to be at Nationals, which I highly recommend, then you should head on over to Your Turn Games, use the discount code at checkout to save on the shipping, and pick up your cards from Andy at Nationals. So with all that said, let's go and get into the game with Tim. All right, going now. Oops, that's not the right button. I wanted to roll. That's fun. I rolled a 3.
All right. And see, what did you roll a 5? All right. Up to you.
I will go first. Yes.
Cool.
Stars? No stars.
None for me either.
All right. I would like to go to my attacks now.
Yeah, sure. Go for it.
Here comes the priest. Go, 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 go.
Wow. Look who's catching on.
You wrecked me last time with this deck. So we're going to do 1 priest, 2 priest, 3 priest, 4 priest. And then the last priest we're going to get is, let's do this one. I'm going to reserve this card to add a Tabernacle Priest from my deck.
Huh?
Hmm. I will do Abiathar. Protect OT, discard, ban to Tabernacle Priest. Ban to this guy. Protect OT Priest from evil, capture and shuffle. And I'll draw 2. Your block.
Taking the risk. All right. I'm gonna block with Persian Horseman, and I too will draw 2.
Okay.
Got a humble. I cannot take from reserve. Is it my initiative?
Yeah.
All right. I will. Let's see. 11 toughness. All right. Yeah. I'll go ahead and play Haman's Boasting. Can't take from reserve, but I can interrupt the battle and draw 3. Okay, it's not used by Haman. Wait, why'd you put cards back?
You interrupted the battle, so you interrupted the last ability I played.
It would only interrupt the last card if it was played by you. So Persian Horseman was the last card played.
Oh. Oh, sorry.
You're good. I don't get to play next anyway. But let's see.
Would you just kill yourself there by doing that?
The end of battle, if the
Oh,
numbers are, or if the
okay.
enhancements has one below 0, then he would, but it doesn't actually decrease his numbers. Which I'm not really sure why at the end of battle it even does that then, because I don't know, it's kind of
Yeah.
strange, but um, okay, I guess I feel like I'm kind of committed to trying to actually get the block here, so I'm gonna play Go into Captivity to negate Eli and then attempt to capture him. So I guess now those 2 cards will go back.
All right.
And
Is it my
then,
initiative?
let's see, yeah, I believe so. I've got 3
Um,
toughness, so
well, isn't
it's
Eli
technically mutual.
protected? Or no, you interrupted the protection, right?
No, or Go into Captivity negates him, or I negated him, and then
Okay. Yeah, so you negated
Eli.
Abiathar and then captured Eli. Okay,
No,
I see.
negated Eli, and then captured
Yeah.
Eli.
All right. I'm still killing you.
And it's still mutual.
Let's see here. That's crazy. Well, do I want to keep Eli around? Bum 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 bum. I think I'm just going to go for a. So if I play interrupt, it'll undo yours.
Yeah, or I mean, it will.
Okay.
Yeah, depending on what it's paired with, I guess. If you.
All right. Interrupt the battle. Ban to this guy. So I think I'd get Eli back, but then he just gets captured again.
Right, yeah. It wouldn't actually undo his ability.
All right. Sorry for the confusion. Okay,
Peace offering.
so I'm killing you.
Yeah.
And you're not killing me, so it is your initiative again.
All right. Well, I'll attempt to add to the party of captured heroes here, and try to capture.
Okay.
So let's see. If I capture those two, I guess I could play it safe and then also capture my Persian horseman in case you've got a woes in those 4 cards.
Oh wait, did you negate Eli or Abiathar?
I negated Eli so that I could capture him.
Oh, okay.
That's why I had to put the 2 cards back, which I think you did, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, that's fine. We're just gonna capture your 2 dudes. If you got the woes, you got it.
All right. I'm going to negate and banish your horseman.
Right. Just negate better to be slaves, you mean?
Oh, because I have to play something that stops better to be slaves.
Right, yep.
Okay, so we'll do that. I'm gonna reserve that.
Better to be slaves is negated. Okay. Hmm. Guess we'll do. You got 10, 11. Yeah, I'll ask for Dominish.
Okay.
I'm gonna play Doubt. I'll add it to battle. And so now I've got 15 toughness.
All right. I cannot beat that. I will pass.
Okay, and I've got 6. I've got 9 strength, and you've got 14 toughness. So I want to try to do something about that. Yeah, I don't. I feel like we're kind of just all in at this point. So I've got more defense than I know what to do with, so I'm gonna banish my Haman's plot. And now that your Abiathar is negated by Doubt, I will attempt to discard your 2 dudes.
All right, that works.
Sweet.
It is your turn.
My Doubt gets bigger. 113. All right, draw 3. Doubt is dead. No stars, no souls. Okay. I don't think I have a way to get to that, but that would be sweet. I will think just go to battle. That's good with you. If I had a way to do that, that would have been cool. But I'm gonna attack you with Captive Priest. 2 can play at this game.
I see that. I do see that.
And do. All right, got those 4 for you, and then I will. Who do I want the last guy to be? Got 3 cards in hand. Yeah, I guess we'll just do. I guess that wouldn't work. Right. Yeah. Let's do Zadok. I kind of do the same thing you did, where I go to a priest that bans to Eli the priest. Except mine is different.
This is a very different version of Eli.
And I'm going to go for a tabernacle artifact, which will be the book.
Mm-hmm.
And that is my rescue.
All right, rescuer's choice. Which one do you want?
Yeah, I guess I got to take one. We'll go ahead and take this one.
Okay.
Put down an artifact and not sure how I feel about this whole mirror match thing going second, but guess I will put down more cards. I don't think so. I'm gonna pass turn.
All right. I will pass turn to you.
Ooh. It's a good sign, I guess. Let's use a star ability on teaching imparables. Reserve your top card. Oof. This is just going all sorts of good for me here. I will. Yeah, we'll go to prep phase. I will go ahead and play that teaching imparables. Negate Persian Horseman this turn. See what you got going on here. There's some defense. Guess we'll be reserving a prince. And then we'll be make sure there's no. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I will activate book. Go and get Covenant with Abraham. I'll activate Covenant with Abraham to get Rebuking Emissary. I guess it is any number, so I guess that's a good thing. And then I will, yeah, I guess we'll go ahead and go to battle if that's good with you.
Yep.
All right. Wait for me to ban to that guy. Oh yeah, I can do that. Okay. We'll go with Angel of the Winds. And then he will exchange it for Mr. Joshua. Where are you getting there? Negating evil characters. Just leave that up. No under deck. We'll exchange for Zadok. Who will activate. No, I don't think I will. No, I guess I actually, yeah, I will. We'll activate Book of the Law for my reserve, and I will bounce Persian Horseman. And then I will ban 2 Rebuking Emissary. I will release these 3 and these 4. And I will ban 2 your 4, I guess. And then we'll capture them to you. Go to deck for that one. That one. And
Posty priest?
this
What
one.
the posty?
And then I'm going to reserve for this one. So, we're going to do Ezra, who will bounce Eli, I guess. We'll do, or can't do any banding yet. So Jeshua will go to deck for a fortress, which will be probably that one, or that one. Yeah, let's go with the J Tower. And then Zechariah negates just enhancements, except for star cards, and then Bearers of the Ark will draw 2. And I guess we'll actually negate my Book of the Law. So Persian Horseman comes back down.
I don't have a block. You can get a shovel.
Cool. All right. Go ahead and put my Eli back down. And put down Vashti and Job's wife. And I will, oh, wait, one more. Let's just go ahead and play. Feels weird, but I guess they're your priests, so I'll play Son of God on one of them. I don't know. And I'll pass turn. Makes it just a little less effective if you find a way to release them.
All right, let's do that. Let's do this. Let's do this. Do this. I'm going to discard this card. I'm going to get...
Who needs Book of the Covenant when you've got Concealed Riches, am I right?
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. Spanky Pants. Who else is coming to play?
So is there a Spanky Pants for each deck theme that you play?
Spanky Pants. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do here.
I don't think you have to show me which cards you send to reserve.
Okay. 1, 2. Let's just get these 2. Call it a day.
Fair enough.
Okay. I would like to attack now.
You may go for it, yeah.
All right. Going to attack. Releasing the captives. Capture. Exchange.
It's too bad Eli says evil capture and shuffle abilities.
Let's do that one. So his banned ability would trigger after I do the exchange of this captive. Or would it trigger right away?
I think you could probably do it either way. I guess I don't know. Like
Okay.
they're both adding characters to battle.
Yeah. So I'm gonna grab book with Aaron, then ban to Tabernacle, and a ban to the woods my oyster. Not really.
You got one option.
I got one option. We'll go with it.
Sure.
Let's do this guy. We're gonna activate a Tabernacle artifact from artifact pile. Or no, reserve.
I was gonna say.
So if I negated Rebuking Emissary right now, this guy would go back. This captive priest would go back. And this Eli would go
right,
back.
yeah, and Eli as well. Yep.
Okay, that's not the ideal situation. Anyways, we'll just get Ark of the Covenant there.
Okay.
May ban to a green prophet. I could ban to Rebuking Emissary.
He's unique.
No, wait, he's
Yeah.
not. Yeah, he's unique. He's unique. Okay. And Eli. So his choose a blocker now is going to wait till this captive priest happens.
Right. Yeah, I think so.
All right. So we'll do this captive priest. Get a T-Hub. Protect Lost Souls for evil cards. Reserve. Go to deck for somebody. I wish I just had a couple more priests, that would help this a lot here.
Defensive Son of God for the win.
Yeah. All right. Play that guy down as a Tabernacle priest.
Okay.
All right. We got Elijah coming in.
Yep.
He's going to choose an evil human to block. Well, I don't think I want a lot of these. Is Necromancer an OT female?
That's a good question.
Because Judean... Oh, wait. Yeah. I don't know. I think she is. Yeah.
I would assume... Well, I think it's kind of based on the picture, and it's kind of hard to tell.
Because it's
verse,
Isaiah.
the verse and the picture, I guess. I mean, like the mediums and the spiritists.
And I get to do the Eli's draw, so I'm going to draw. Do disoriented. Disoriented will negate. We'll negate Job's wife.
Okay.
And then Eli will choose her to block. Or Elijah will choose her to block. Okay.
Sure.
And if blocked, I can play an offering. I'm going to interrupt the battle. Bounce 3 cards. Let's bounce. I guess we'll just try to bounce Job's wife. Your Jerusalem Tower.
It's only evil cards.
And
not quite like your Lost Child found.
Bounce Necromancer, Job's wife, and it's your special initiative.
Okay. Let's do. Let's do Descent Against Moses to negate that. And then I will activate something from reserve. Let's do Deserving Scorn, which I will reserve to underdeck. Underdeck Zadok.
Okay.
Get him safely out of there.
All right. So I got Dutiful Priest, draw 2 trigger going on.
Yeah.
Draw 2. All right. I'm going to play a dominant.
I suppose you're allowed to do that.
Just drew this. Might as well.
Fair enough.
Draw to resurrect from a hero from each player. Ew. Ew. I'll do that one. A banned to them. Okay, banished. Attack banned. Okay. So let's do protect evil OT priest from evil discard abilities. I'll ban a tabernacle priest here. Guess I got one option. Ban to this guy. I will draw 2. I will exchange evil New Testament card from my hand with matching.
It's a good thing I got my deserving scoring off when I did.
Let's do this for Prince.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2 captive priests. I got using my last 2. Do that one. Grabbing Jeremiah. Gonna toss the next. Got a captive priest. It's gonna go for Ahimelech. I'm gonna grab Sin Offering. And it's your initiative.
Okay. Tossing the next, huh? I think that's probably worth it. Yeah. I'm gonna play. Well, I guess I'll toss my Torn Kingdom for 1 on Dutiful Priest, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And still my initiative?
Yeah.
Let's do Haman's Boasting. We'll take Persian Horseman from my reserve. And draw 3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Still my initiative.
Yep.
Right. I will play Persian Horses. And yeah, I guess I will just discard Ark of the Covenant.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be annoying. And then I will take Confusion from my reserve.
Yep.
And if it's still my initiative, I will play Confusion. I will name Son of God.
All right.
We'll banish that. Go take a peek at your hand first, I suppose. Got a Sin Offering. And nice colorful defense here. Alright, so you got a mediums and a prince, so I gotta be careful about that. Okay, so it's not in your hand. Hopefully you're not playing Chariot of Fire for some reason. Yeah, there it is. Oh, I see. So Temple Guard set up the whole peace offering.
What are you talking about? No.
Right.
I don't know what you're saying.
Holy Grail for the convert. And okay. Alright. This is cool. I like it. I dig it.
A little spice in the
Yeah.
closet.
See, people, type 2 is fun. Okay. And then what else do we do with this? Oh, then I get a Jeshua trigger because my Jerusalem Tower, I banished Confusion. Or, sorry, I get a Jerusalem Tower trigger, which will then also trigger Jeshua. So let's go and get a Zerubbabel from my deck.
Mm-hmm.
Top deck him to draw 1. And then I will play another plot, banish it to pop the rebuking emissary. So your OT priests are protected, so I'll do dutiful priest, and everybody else is protected. Yeah, so then we'll just do necromancer.
Yep.
And then I get another Jerusalem Tower trigger. Same as plot, just banished.
That's cute. That's really nice. It's really nice.
And then let's do Nehemiah. I feel like we're gonna need some ways to protect things, so that'll be top decked, and then I'll draw one. Okay. Yeah, I think that will do it then for Job's wife.
Okay.
Which soul would you like?
I'm gonna humble that.
Fair enough. Didn't want one of the
All right.
captive priests?
No. Okay. Your turn.
All right, draw 3. A soul. Sure. We'll go ahead and make a token. And now I gotta be careful about the things that I do. Or do I is the question. Just let you underdeck a bunch of stuff. Draw or search ability. Let's see, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 brigades.
It's a lot of brigades.
It is a lot of brigades. Alright, I think we're gonna go this way. Let's do artifact face down. We'll do Goshen. Activate. Yeah, we'll activate 20 shekels. And I will bounce Persian Horseman. Go take a peek at your hand. Which one do I prefer to get rid of, Temple Guard or Simon? Feel like we want to get Simon. And then let's do Zerubbabel as Meek. And we'll play Solomon's Dream. And we'll go find a good card. Let's go get that one. Yeah, let's go get Jaden.
This is like your magnum opus. PostEs
Right?
and the priests, and you're just kind of popping off right now.
We're kind of doing the things that we want to be doing. So now think the way to go is, let's see, if I do that, I can only do that, so I only get 2, but I think 2 is enough. Right. Yeah. So let's go to battle if you're good with that.
Yeah, we're good.
All right. Rebuking Emissary. Going to release these 2. Band to those 2. Think. I wonder how many ways you have to get that set up. Like how many rebuking emissaries are you running, or ways to band to my rebuking emissary? If I get Zadok, then I guess you would have a way. Yeah, I think we just do 2, or just do those, or well, we just do the 1 who will capture to go and get do Jeshua, and then Jeshua band will go to Ezra. Ezra will bounce Zerubbabel. Zerubbabel will go there, or will be banded in with Ezra, convert him to Meek, draw 2, and then he'll band to. I just want to play. Let's just play. Go get Akeem. And the other captive priest will capture and. Oh, yeah, good. We'll do Zadok from my deck. I will activate. I guess I'll just activate Book and go get Eternal Covenant from my reserve. And then I will ban to your Elijah and choose Mr. Simon.
All right. My initiative.
Yes, sir.
All right, rescue's choice.
Go ahead and grab that disoriented, I suppose.
Okay.
Get that out of the way. And he gets a bump. They get a bump. And I will put down another artifact. And let's put down Zeresh. And then I will pass the turn.
I got a negated distressed.
I knew Simon was the right choice.
Okay. I'm ready to attack.
Yeah, go for it.
This.
That's right. Yeah, you're on Zadok anyway.
I'm gonna activate this. It's negated. And to OT Greeny.
This captive priest only adds from your territory.
What's that?
Said it's a good thing captive priest only adds from your territory.
Yeah, that would be busted. All right, got the captive priest going again. Let's do 1, 2 reserve for this guy. Go to deck for somebody. We are running out of priests in the deck. That is crazy. Okay. And we're going to capture this to add from territory. We'll do this guy. Takes a tabernacle from deck.
Another one.
Then we're going to ban to tabernacle priest. Let's ban to him. Ban to a tabernacle priest.
Wait, where'd the other captive priest go?
Oh, I exchanged him to my deck on accident.
Oops.
Get him out of
Or wait,
there.
oh no, to
Okay.
your reserve, it looks like.
Oh, oops. Yeah. Let's see. Let us see. Tabernacle Priest. All right, I guess I'll just get this one and draw 2. Drew a humble. And it's your block.
Okay, so you got lots of numbers. You got my rebuking emissary. Everything else is yours. Hmm. Yeah, I will block with. That would be a lot more fun though. Yeah, let's try it the fun way. All right, I'm gonna block with Vashti, and there's no male royalty here. I will. I don't need to negate anything. I don't think so. I'll just draw 2. Yeah, no other. Just the 2 females. Your necromancer left.
Yeah.
We'll ban 2 Zeresh. We'll look at the top 6. That seems decent. We'll grab a Reap the Whirlwind. And
Seems pretty good.
the rest go back on top. Okay. And then I'll ban 2 a Haman. Take an Evil Esther card from deck. Which will be.
So does the negate effect happen first before you draw?
Oh, yes. I guess that would negate Eli.
It negates your Akeem, so I don't know how that interacts with Holy of Holies here.
Yeah, I guess it would turn on Holy of Holies' ongoing prevent.
Okay. Doesn't do the interrupt.
Right, yeah, because the yeah, if you turn a negate back on it, only turns on the ongoing portion.
Okay.
Let's see.
Still, that's pretty good for me.
Yeah, I suppose. Okay, and then did you draw one from a Himalek off of your Ahatub? I don't remember if.
No, you had a distress step.
Oh right, yeah. Okay. And then did you take anything with the Beathar?
No, I just banded.
Okay.
I put Eli back in
oh,
my
okay.
territory.
Yeah, I see. Okay. Then I will take a King Xerxes from my deck.
All right.
Okay, and then I guess.
Trying to think if I want to let you play something here. Where's my glory? All right, it's your initiative.
Okay. I will play Confusion. I'm actually gonna
Another
name.
confusion.
I'm gonna name Glory of the Lord.
Oh no.
So we'll look at your hand.
Which glory do you think I'm playing?
That's the fun part. It doesn't matter.
You have to
But
name the exact version.
wait a second.
Am I playing the 2016 Nationals version? I don't know.
Okay, it's good to know that you do have a teal enhancement in hand, though.
What? No. No. I don't have that.
Just those things. Okay. If I were to guess, you're playing the glory, the restrict enhancements glory. You don't. Oh no! All right. Yeah, I guess you went with the Solomon's Temple route. Fair enough. Yep. Should have named Blinding Light.
Yeah, you probably should have.
All right, and this is banished.
Watch out for the blinding light. He's coming
means
to
that
get you.
means I do get a
Just one of these
Jerusalem
days.
Tower trigger.
Yeah.
But I don't get to draw it with Jeshua. He's negated. Which I guess, yeah. So let's do Lyud. So he'll go on top. And then, okay, so you have that one. Yep. I will, so my initiative here. I take it.
Yep.
All right. We'll do Mask of Arrogance. Interrupt the battle, draw 3. And I will play the Reap the Whirlwind to shuffle the dudes. Sorry, Rebuking Emissary.
All right. I'm gonna discard this out of my hand. Just mildly concerned about that. And it's gonna be. I'm gonna discard this out of my hand. And it's gonna be your turn.
That's good.
We are concerned. We are concerned about what you can do to me. Yes, sir.
All right. Well, I've got a remnant that unfortunately doesn't get to steal your dudes. So I guess I'll go to reserve for. This will grab Baton. Since I don't know, you got rid of your Judea mediums, so maybe I don't have to worry about not searching. I don't know. Maybe that was still a mistake, but then I will. Yeah, let's just start with this. Let's do. Let's do this 20 shekels here. Do that business, and we'll bounce Zerubbabel. Look at your hand. Down the prince. And then okay, so you are make me figure out how to do this with negated characters. So let's put down Matan. Put down Zerubbabel. Put down Eliezer as Meek. And I think we can do things that way. I guess he'll still work. Okay. Put down Xerxes. Put down Eliud. Yeah, I think we're good here. So let's go to battle if you're good with that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do. Set up some captive priests. It's just kind of risky. No, I will not. We'll just start with Zadok, who will activate. Activate Book of the Law. Bouncing nobody. Then he will ban to Hey Guy. Just gonna play Judge's Seat from my reserve. And ban to Ezra. Ezra will bounce nobody. And I will take your Holy of Holies.
Is Ezra oh wait, never mind.
Yep, yeah, OT Priest. Ezra will ban to. So now Holy of Holies is off, right? That's how the new rule works.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so then he'll ban, we'll ban to. Let's do Nehemiah. Do some protecting. Exchange for Jeshua. We'll ban to Zerubbabel, who will convert to Meek. Draw 2. And this is like the moment I've been waiting for my whole life. Ban to Jaden. I think I've gotten a discard with him before, but we'll play Noah's Ark from my deck, and we'll discard Prince of the Air.
All right.
And I guess I get a Book of the Law trigger. I will forego that for now. Yep. And that's my risky.
All right. Am I good to, are you going to play any more Dominus before I do anything here?
Nope. It's all you.
Are you negating Gates of Hell?
Not at the moment.
I'm going to discard this. I'm going to discard this. I'm going to put this in play.
Yep. I will now play a dominant.
No.
We'll play Woes to negate that.
Oops. That's not what we want. I had one Hail Mary and it did not work. Okay. Okay. You get a soul here. What do you want?
All right. Let's do Distressed.
Okay.
Turn my Akeem back on.
Yeah, that's fair.
And these guys all get a bump. And put down Amalekite Slave. Discard Amalekite Slave. Put down Artifact. And let's say I played Salmon Stream last turn, right? Yeah, because I use it to search for Akeem, or for something. I will for my territory class enhancement, we'll play Delivered and see what's in here. Sure. We'll activate the Great White Throne. I will banish Haman's Boasting. Take a hero from my deck, which will be the Rebuking Emissary. We get a Jeshua trigger, which will top deck by my spirit. Or we get a Jerusalem Tower trigger, which will top deck by my spirit. Which I will not use Jeshua to draw because I'm already at too many cards. I guess I don't really want to put Rebuking Emissary in play either, so let's just put down another or a Persian Horseman and I'll pass turn.
All right. I mean, that was okay. That was okay.
Yeah, no, it's
Oh,
a reasonable turn, I think.
I'm so dead. It's crazy how dead I am. But redemption's all about playing to the last, I suppose. So we're gonna do
Play
that.
it to the end.
The bitter, bitter end. 180 band. Whatever. 100% chance you have that. All right, I'm ready to attack.
Let's see. You got Elijah. You can just choose. Okay. I probably should have just equipped Persian horses to King Xerxes, huh? Sure. Yeah, go for it. Yep.
All right.
I will draw 2. Hey, look, got a Lawless. I'll use that. Oh, it's kind of unfortunate.
Indeed.
All bad things. Send those to the bottom. And I don't even get to use Hunter's ability to shuffle it.
Nice.
Okay,
All right.
then I get to take from reserve here. I'll take Irrational Rage, I guess.
All right.
Cool. I'll ask for Dominish.
You got it.
Make Elijah Brown.
Okay. Your turn.
Okay. How to get a woes from the bottom of my deck. Or not a woes, second coming from the bottom of my deck. Okay, upkeep, woes will stay on gates. Alright, let's turn over that. We'll do the old 20 shekels, the whole life-saving MVP of this game. Let's see what you got. Look, it's another prince.
You got the Solomon's Dream, so I can just concede here.
I wish I did. So let's see. If I do, I'm just trying to figure out ways to shuffle my deck easily here. And then try to draw more cards. Let's do a.
What's our timer like?
That's a good question. Where are we at? We are at 8.5 minutes left. So let's go to battle if that's good with you.
Maybe, bro.
All right. One captive priest coming in. He's not. He's gonna.
there's the shuffle, yeah.
Well, yeah, we'll get to that. We'll do Zadok. He's going to activate. He's gonna activate Book of the Law. Who will bounce? It's a roopable, I guess. And then he's going to ban 2 the Rebuking Emissary. He's going to release these 3. And then we'll do one of them to go to my deck. And, oh darn, I didn't find any. So we'll shuffle that.
Failed to find. Oh no.
And then another one.
Bummer.
It's going to add Ezra. Is not going to bounce anybody. He's going to ban 2 Zerubbabel. He's going to revert to Meek. Draw 2. Distressed and a Hopper. Hopper's going to hop. He's going to ban 2 Nehemiah, who will exchange with Jeshua, who will ban 2 Jaden, who will go get Zerubbabel's Temple and discard Prince. And then Captive Priest is going to ban or go to Bears of the Ark for another draw 2. And that is my rescue.
All right, you get to choose.
All right, let's do Humble. And we did not find it, unfortunately. Put down a Sheol. Down Angel of the Winds. Play Teaching in Parables to reserve your Sin and Blasphemy. Put down Lying Prophet. Foreign Wives. And discard a By My Spirit. Another By My Spirit. And Irrational Rage. And then I will pass turn. If you had any character other than Prince, I could have let you, block from hand and then give me a Book of the Law trigger.
Yes, that would have been amazing, wouldn't it? All right, I concede. You win. Here you go.
All right.
I'm just gonna pass my turn and give you the soul.
Fair enough. Yeah, that I feel like the one turn where you got the captive priests going, at least like the half of them, that was kind of the almost or a potential swing there, but I just had such a defensive draw that I was able to take or pick your pieces apart.
Yeah, I couldn't quite get my Temple Guard combo online.
Yeah, so it was, let's see, so Temple Guard into just Peace Offering. Is that the
yep,
whole deal?
It's the whole shebang.
Let's see, Peace Offering is the, okay, yeah, it just bans to OT priests, so bring the teal ones in too. Nice. Yeah, the mirror match is interesting. I was kind of hoping to luck into drawing my Valley on turn 1, so I could just do it on turn 1 with your captive priests. But
yeah, that turn 1 was brutal. You're up like 10 cards by the time.
Yeah, I mean the fact that I just had so many evil enhancements to play in my opening hand.
Yeah,
I think it was definitely helped me out. Like you, I mean, I did have Angel of the Winds, so I did have a way to do the captive priest thing on turn 1. But I think, I think going second still was pretty decent for me there.
Yeah, and my ways to come back in this game was like with Prince, but you had a bunch of ways to prevent me from even getting to block with them, which is really unfortunate.
Yeah, the 20 shekels was pretty clutch.
Yeah, 20 shekels, no hand protection. It's like GG.
Yeah. That card is too good, and I built this deck long enough ago that I didn't get the promo in there. So
Yeah, you get that promo.
I had to play the old version.
Get it. Yeah, I'm super impressed with your offense. It seems to work like clockwork. And I like how you can just like activate 4 artifacts in a turn. That's crazy.
Right, yeah. I actually kind of forgot that I had, or like when I went to get Noah's Ark with Jadon the first time, and I was like, wait, did I forget to put Zerubbabel's Temple in here? But I think it was in there. I just was looking through too quickly and just found Noah's Ark first. But yeah, having Zerubbabel's Temple and then Zadok, getting to do all the activations, yeah.
And then you have some nice little banish combos baked in here. Really cute.
Yeah. Yeah, the Haven's Plot and the Confusions.
Yeah.
I feel like it's kind of, it's like you kind of want to do Edomites with the PostEs and do the banish stuff, but
Yeah.
I feel like with this
Brown's just
version,
a lot better blocks.
Yeah.
Type 2 especially.
Plus like Ezra and Haggai both work well with them.
Yeah. Taking that Holy of Holies was really good.
Yeah, and then you can loop Judge's Seat with Haggai.
Oh man,
always good. So
I was not expecting the hand attack angle. It wrecked me so much.
with like the 20 shekels, yeah.
And then between Jadon and Judge's Seat, you can just blow up stuff in territory if they try to protect.
Right, yeah. Yeah, so kind of the idea was like, teaching in parables to hit the stuff in their hand, and then the other guys to blow up the stuff in territory.
Yeah,
and I guess
it's really good.
Eliud hits hand too, so.
I just basically took this priest offense from your last video and just added some temple guard stuff to it and mashed it up with this defense that I've been really liking.
Added kind of your signature flair at this point, the Concealed Riches and Temple Guard.
Yeah, temple guard, all formats, I guess.
Right, yeah.
All right, I'm
Cool.
going to log off for the night. Thanks for the game. See
Yeah,
you around.
yeah, thanks. Have a good one.